This is why light language works. Now, imagine that this is you. You are a blank page. This is who you truly are. When you are born, you are this pure, innocent, divine being, represented, illustrated by a white blank page. Now, as you go through human experience, whether it's this lifetime or other lifetime, you start to accumulate different memories and traumas and stories that shape into your way of thinking that is not helping you and serving you in one way or another. And then suddenly that white blank page is now being filled by a lot of scribbles. So just imagine in your mind, a white blank page is now filled with lots and lots of scribble to a point that this white blank page is now so messy and so crowded that you can barely see any white page, but you just see tons and tons of scribbles. Can you imagine it or see it in this case? So those scribbles on the page represents energy blocks. They represent those traumas and memories and stories that no longer serve you, whether it is you are not good enough, you are stupid, you are meant to be poor, you are meant to be suffering, you are weak, whatever, right? So those scribbles simply represent energy blocks. That's it. What light language does is that it helps you clear away and cleanse and remove all of these scribbles, so to speak, all of these energy blocks, so that these scribbled are now removed and erased, and you go right back into a white blank page again. Make sense? Meaning to say, what light language does is that it helps to clear your energy block so you return into who you truly are, and you return to that white blank page where there is only love and light and divine source energy, helping you to come back into soul remembrance journey. That's essentially what language is about, soul remembrance journey, and that is what it does. It helps you to clear away those energy blocks. That's all that is. That is what it does. Now, why light language works really, really well and efficient is because you don't even need to understand what those stories are. Like, instead of being fixated about what the story is and what the belief system is, that what the habits or pattern is, you can simply choose to not having to understand that in your mind, but rather work on an energy and frequency level, and hence why it's called energy work. When you choose to work with the energy and you allow the energy to work through you, in this case, allowing the light language to work through you, to allow yourself to dissolve those blocks, and hence, in this case, removing those scribbles on paper, you will naturally step into a new vibration. You don't need to understand with your mind. It's meant to be felt from your heart because your soul knows. And when you work with energy, the moment the energy shifts, everything else shifts. It will affect you on cellular and DNA level. Something there shifted. And then naturally, all stories and trauma and memories that are attached to those energy, they dissolve and they melt away. Which is why it's very powerful when you work with energy. You don't have to go through the long way, so to speak, using your mental power, but rather work with the frequency and allow yourself to tune into the higher frequency, so the lower frequency just have to drop. It's just how it works. This is why light language and other energy healing works. That's why it's called energy work for a reason, right? So whether it is light language, angel healing, ancestral healing, or what's not, that's how it works. And it is so powerful and so effortless, really. What it really takes is willingness and openness to face it and feel it and heal it. It's not about being able to decipher it logically. That's not what it is about. It is about allowing it to recalibrate itself, because once you recalibrate into new frequency, you will naturally step into new way of being, a new way of thinking, and a new way of living without having to try and push an effort so hard. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love working with light language. A lot of times I suddenly become like a new person after some time without knowing what actually happened in that sense. Not because I'm ignorant in that sense, but because it is not about analyzing it. But looking back, usually the dots will connect and it will make sense, and suddenly you will get it logically. But during the process, it's more like trusting the process, trusting the journey, and surrendering the how, and let the energy does its own recalibration and realignment and reattunement. And hence, this is why I really, really love light language, and this is why it really, really works, because it works with the energy and the frequency, and once it does, everything else shift. So I hope this explains to some degree as to satisfy your curiosity, if you may, about why light language works. And if you want to learn more about what it actually is and the different types of light language, or all the other things you want to know about light language, I do have a light language intro playlist here, so check that out so you can dive even deeper into all the details that you want to know about light language. You can find it there in the playlist. And you can also connect with me to work deeper, whether it is to activate your light language or for your own healing session or what's not. Down below, you can find all the ways we can connect and work together. And I can't wait to connect and work with you soon. And I'll see you in the next video.